Tell us who you are and where we are.
How you doing? I'm Chef Peter. I'm the owner and executive chef of By the Chef Pizza, located here in Lakeland, Florida.
Before we get into today's episode, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Edge Pizza Ovens. I'll tell you exactly why I like these guys. George pulls up to your shop to bake your pizza, your dough, your sauce, your cheese, your toppings through their oven to show you the quality that you can get from that conveyor. It's not like you're shopping online for an oven or you got to go to a showroom and talk to a sales guy. We're talking about, let's see what your product does through the oven with a test bake. He loads up the test truck and drives to wherever you are. It is the best process I've ever seen when it comes to showing people what these ovens can do. And I'm not just saying it because they sponsored the show. I'm using an Edge oven here at the shop. You guys have seen it, love it to death. It literally changed how we run and how we operate as a pizzeria. So I encourage you to just check him out. If you want to see where George is headed, he's all over the country all the time. Just follow hashtag Where's George Today on Instagram, on Facebook. Also, if you want to book a test bake, you want to see what it can do, you want to see him come to your shop, or you don't think he can match your bake, your quality, go to edgeovens.com/test bake. I'll put the link in the show notes, but you can schedule a test bake for yourself and see the results. Now let's get into the episode. Oh, that's the pizza place I've been talking about in Lakeland. She's like, oh, it's probably really nice in there. We came the next day. Nice. The next morning, like I think you open at 12 on Sundays. We was at the door, first ones. It was and the pizza's fire.
Thank you.
My God.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The pizza's fire. And she was like, is he here? I'm like, I don't know. I ain't never met him before.
That's what I'm trying to remember if I was here. I don't think I was here.
I'm like, I don't know. He might be here, but I really don't know because I never met him. But I think I sent you a message right after that, but yeah.
So I wasn't there. Yeah.
Pizza was fantastic.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of slices, took some home, and yeah. Lakeland's, what does it say? Lakeland's premium pizza provider.
Yeah.
It should just say Lakeland's top best #1 pizza provider because that pizza was fantastic.
That's definitely what I was thinking there with the premium pizza provider line.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to find a way to like say that we're the best without saying, oh yeah, we're the best.
But I think it's pretty well known now at this point. I mean, there's some folks that have been around here, Lakeland's a well-established community, but what you're doing here is dope.
Thank you.
And the product is top notch.
Thank you. And yeah, you're right. There's always somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't please. And it's crazy because I actually just had this issue where this guy, I think he's called the Honest Food Guy. He just came here and reviewed us. He gave us a 5.9 on the slice. First of all, this dude came in, ordered a slice and let it sit in the box for 15 minutes.
He didn't just sit down and eat it here?
He didn't sit down and just eat it. I asked my employee too, because, if something goes wrong, it's a pride thing because our product's the best, but then also it's oh no, they didn't have a good time. Our product's the best. What happened there? So I'm trying to figure it out so that way it don't happen again.
Yeah.
That's my employee. Hey, yo, Chef Craig, do you remember what happened there? He was like, this man left that pizza slice in the box for like 15 minutes, he said. I was like, really? And then he just reviewed it. Like he didn't know that like when you review pizza specifically, that you just got to grab it and you got to eat it because the lump sits in a box. Like
time is the enemy after it comes out of the oven.
Exactly.
It's our friend before we cook it. It's the enemy after we cook it.
Exactly. So like he did that review, then it's obviously floppy. It's reheated. So it does have more oil than usual. And he's just like, it's terrible. It's a 5.9. And as I eat more, it's going down to like a 3. So I'm just like,
that's what he said on the video?
Yeah. So I'm just like, even if it wasn't our best slice, our not best slice is a 7 still. I don't give a damn. Our not best slice is still better than everybody's best slice in the area. Like, no way. And obviously, again, as an owner, I'm upset about that. But as an owner that's been around a lot, like I know when people know what they're talking about,
Right.
and then when it's just somebody with a camera.
I think that's what frustrates me, you probably, and a lot of owners about this reviewer influencer culture,
Yeah.
where everyone is now an expert.
Yeah.
And their opinion is expert opinion.
Yeah.
And regardless if they are or not, somebody's watching that.
Yeah.
And somebody's
exactly.
going to form their opinion based on that. So how did you respond to that?
Well, just real quick on that one still. Somebody left a comment, and I just love this comment because I go back to it and read it. Someone was just like, "That's great that you're honest. That's a great thing. But what besides being honest, like, gives you credentials to be like a food critic? Like, do you train whatever?" I'm just like, "Oh man, I love this comment right here."
It's true.
Oh, yes, but I'm sorry. The question that you were asking.
How did you respond to it? Like when you get that?
So again, I'm super professional because at the end of the day, no matter how much like it might irk me a little bit, I know how to play the game.
Right.
So we had a bunch of negative comments, a bunch of people trying to crap on us. And this is the real thing that kind of like irked me was that, you know, you have your opinion, but people start leaving negative, crazy negative comments. And then you as the owner of the page or person leaving an opinion, you're egging them on. Like, oh yeah, this, and this, and this, and this. I'm just like, okay, you had your opinion, but why are you like trying to come for me, bro?
Trying to hurt my business right now.
Yeah, like we're going beyond like, oh yeah, this is my opinion to now like, attacking. So again, even with all that, I still reach out and say, hey, I'm so sorry you didn't have a great experience. The employee might not have explained things to you properly, but when you get a slice of pizza, a cheese, and it gets reheated, it will probably most likely be oily unless it has fresh mozzarella cheese.
Was it a New York slice?
New York slice, especially a reheated New York slice. Like, but that's something that a basic food person reviewing pizza should just know. Like when you review pizza, you're either going to accept that it's going to be oily and a reheated slice, or you get the fresh pie.
Fresh pie.
So, but again, with all those things, I reached out to him. I let him know, hey, so sorry you didn't have a good time, because at the end of the day, that's my goal. I want you to have a good time here.
Right.
You have a good time here, then we all going to have a good time. So let them know this is pizza. This is when it reheats, it does this. Next time, get a fresh pie. So sorry. Regardless, that wasn't our best slice, which I could easily say that.
Right.
That wasn't our best slice. Was it a 5.9? Hell no. I'm not going to argue with the guy. That's his opinion.
But still, even still, you know what you use. You know your sauce. You know your ingredients. You know that puts up a better score.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what.
Oh, yeah. Our baker's percent didn't just change for that one slice.
Yeah.
Our sauce recipe, our cheese, there was a lot of like, oh, the cheese doesn't have flavor. How does the cheese not have flavor? It's cheese. We're not making the cheese in house. This is the same cheese. We're shredding it, but like, this is the same cheese we always use. So, and then on top of that, the positive comments about like the square pizzas. So in the back of my head, I'm also just like, well, that's the same cheese and the same sauce. It's a different dough, but that's the same cheese and the same sauce, just, put together differently on a different type of crust. So it's just funny to me that that's the end opinion. But again, I'm a professional and I want everybody to be happy.
Right.
I told him, come back, grab a cheese pie. I explained to him, the technicals, like get a cheese pie. If you're going to review, get a cheese pie, because that's kind of the standard. It won't be too oily.
We shouldn't have to teach the reviewers how to review.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shouldn't have to teach them how to eat the product. And honestly, people shouldn't form their opinions based on what somebody else said.
That's
Go try it. Like, and I hate that about where we are as a society, like where people who are never going to come here are in the comments talking shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, you never come into Lakeland. Why? Who cares what it don't matter what you think. So, but I get having to reach out and make it right, because publicly someone is going to form an opinion before they give you an opportunity. So.
And so after I did reach out, he took the message and he posted it on Facebook, and so everybody else could see, because, again, I want him to have a good time. And I think he saw that. So he posted it onto Facebook to show that everybody, like, hey, I'm an owner that cares.
Right.
So I do appreciate that he did that. I really appreciate that he did that. That's what's up. you know? But I also am noticing same people that were talking crap about us on that last post, now all of a sudden, oh, they just won me over as a customer. Oh, yes, I got to show up there. And it's like, wow.
Just move with like a wave.
Yeah.
However the wind blows.
And that's why the social media thing is really all about how you navigate it. And I think number one thing is authenticity.
Yeah.
Because the same thing that I told him in the message is the same thing that I would tell another customer if they asked me what happened there. And that's the same thing that I would in general say on a podcast, because that's authentic and that's what happened. And that's my response, no matter who's around. Is like, hey, I respect your opinion. You didn't review pizza right. This is how you do it. You can't let it sit in the box for that long. However, that's still not our best slice. You know, there's a way where everybody can be right and no one has to feel bad, because it wasn't our best slice. But was it a 5.9 going down to a 3? Hell no.
Yeah, I just think, in my opinion, if you're not going to say something good and try to uplift a business and try to help somebody out, then what are you doing it for? Like, are we doing it because we want to influence people who are never going to take action anyways? Or are we doing it to make ourselves feel better? Because if you're not going to help the business, like you came in, you supported the business, we appreciate that, tell somebody else, go form your own opinion. Oh, this is what I thought, but you should go check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I think they should do. Like, all right, well, maybe I didn't like it this way, but you might like it.
Yeah.
For every person that doesn't, maybe somebody else does.
Exactly.
But I like what you said about just being authentic on social media though. Yeah. And we talked a little bit before we started recording about how you handle your social. Like, some of it is, planned and directed towards the business, but a lot of it is just you being you.
Yeah.
What is that like? What's your philosophy on just social media in general when it comes to the business?
Well, again, authenticity really stands out. If somebody leaves a bad review, again, I'm going to reach out because I want them to have a good time. But also, if somebody leaves a bad review and it's disrespectful, or if it's just nonsensical, like I had a guy that left a review and they said that the oven wasn't in the front and we had to heat up our slices in the back, and he didn't like that. So he left a bad review. So if I get a review like that, that's kind of like me being like, okay, I don't know what kind, and I'll respond to a review like that because I feel like that's the authentic New Yorker in me, where it's like, oh, really, man? Like, really? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say something to you because that is just some nonsense. And like, I can't keep my mouth shut when has to do with, our business. And like, you're gonna come at us, have like a legit reason where I again, as the owner, have to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna take care of it. That's not one of those times. That's me having to be like, you know what? I'm gonna have to talk to this person like I'm a person and he's a person, not like I'm a business and you're a person and now I have to, appease you or something like that. No. At that point, it's only me and you having a conversation, and that's when my personality comes out.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're saying nonsense, I'm gonna call it out as nonsense.
You have a lot to protect here. So I like what you said. It's a person to a person.
Yeah.
I think it's easy for people to hide behind profiles and forget the fact that what you say about this business is what you're saying about that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is who you are. This is by the chef pizza and you the chef.
Yeah.
So they're talking about you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say a lot of good things about you too.
Yeah.
How does that affect the way you go about your day too?
So kind of still on the topic of that, that bad review is the customers left comments that just, they fought for us so hard. And that made me so happy because we really have some diehard loyal customers. And I love that they just stood up for us. Like I got people that they were there that day and they ordered a pizza and they're taking a picture of their pie. Like, hey, it looks fine to me. And it's like
that's the best response ever.
Yeah.
When the customers do it for you.
Yeah. They like really went to bat for us. And I love that because that shows just that I'm doing the right thing. Because it's not just about making good food, like a lot of people can make good food. It's about executing it in a high volume context where I can serve as many people as possible, but also make as many people happy as possible.
Yeah.
Because this is the hospitality industry. Same reason why, even though I didn't just agree with the guy's review, I still reached out to him because I have to offer him hospitality. That's what I'm in here for. That's why I want everybody to have a good time. You know, obviously the pizza is like 90% of that, but there's still that extra 10% where, yeah, have a good day. How you doing? How was your day? You're a customer that I see all the time. How's your mom doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's that little stuff that forms the relationship because we are part of the community. You know, we're not just, the community is not just a number for us on a ticket. You know, it's something that we're a part of and that, you know, we're trying to grow also.
I heard that. Heard that. High volume, chef driven, you know, concept. How do you balance how much time you spend behind the wall versus how much time you spend out here? Because I mean that's got to be like the yin and yang for a chef, right? Like,
yeah,
you want to be in that kitchen,
yeah,
but you got to be out here as a business owner.
exactly. That's a big thing that I've had to work on. I don't know. I think the restaurant industry is just really different in the sense of like when you're an owner, you probably have to put in more on-site work. You gotta talk to customers. You have to hand them drinks. You have to hand them napkins. You have to do all these things because again, hospitality. And if you're like a manager, owner, anything like that, have to be hospitable.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm this morning, so I'm.
Do you take on a lot of that yourself, or do you have like some people here that help you with that too?
I do take it. I've took basically everything on myself from when we first started. So I was making pizzas and then also jumping in the front. Because again, this is like a real New York inspired type pizzeria.
Right.
So it's hard to find people that have like experience. So everybody was kind of like learning on the job. So I had to run around, make pizzas, go to the front, serve slices, go back. And I was running around doing everything, talking with customers. Eventually we found a really good pizza guy. He's, you know, a really good pizza guy. He found us and he wants to be part of something that's like the best and different. And he felt like, hey, this is very different. Y'all want to be the best. He wants to be the best. So it just, you know, it made sense for him to be part of the team.
I saw your the post, your ad when you were looking for somebody.
Yeah.
You had shop owners all around the country thinking about closing their shops to come work with you, just because of what you're doing. But you know, in all seriousness, because when you see something that's special and that's taking off, and that other people, you know, everyone can say they're the best.
Yeah.
But when other people validate that, it means something else, right? And people are like, man, I might need to go do that. Even myself and me and my partner Andy, we're like, shit, we might need to go. Let's go over there. That's more than we paid ourselves over here. So,
oh, that's for sure.
So like, but it's important that you find good people, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine that's, you know, in the first year, that's one of the biggest challenges,
for sure,
is just finding the of people and personalities to continue to, you know, elevate your vision.
For sure. I would say, our turnover rate was pretty high that first year. I tried my best to keep people, but it always came down to something like they just like did too much.
Yeah.
It's, if you ignore a customer, if you're sucking the teeth out of the customer, like, no, I'm sorry, you got to go. Like, again, hospitality. Pizza man position, you know, yeah, leveling up. So I was actually my second pizza man that I had to get. So that was actually very necessary for me to not be in here as much. So now I can go to the front and start talking with people more and everything, because now I have two strong pizza guys in the back and we're just pumping pizzas all day, every day. And, you know, we're doing our thing. We're making it happen. Do have a small knit team. You know, I pay well because pizza, specifically like a New York style or a hand tossed pizza with a higher hydration dough, you have to have skill to do that in general. Doing that high volume pie after pie, getting them in and out 10 minutes, that takes an extreme level of skill and dedication and like grit. So if someone's going to do that, I'm going to pay them well. I'm going to pay them something that's going to let them feed their family and take care of them. But also, I do a small, tight knit team. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to make schedules and hire people.
Yeah.
Instead of having a large staff, or even like, you know, maybe just a few 20-year-olds or something
working
like that.
a couple part-timers here and there.
Yeah.
You want people like, no, I count on this because we count on you. Yeah.
Like, pouring out there. So, so yeah, everyone here, they get paid very well hourly, tips, all of that. They get paid extremely well. But in exchange,
You heard that? People here make money in the pizza shop.
I pay everybody very well because like I know what it's like. You know, wasn't always an owner. Like I was a pizza guy. I was a dishwasher. I was all that stuff, working my way up in New York. So I know what it's like to be on the receiving end and the working class and all of that. And it's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of work. You know, taxes on top of that, at the end of your paycheck, you're looking at your paycheck, you're like, damn. So I try my best to make the wages here worth it, but also in exchange, I'm expecting high level of execution, professionalism, and talent.
Yeah.
Like I'm expecting very high level, and also I'm expecting independence, because I run like a true kind of like chef brigade here, where I'm not in here every day telling people what to do. You know what to do. You know what your prep is. You know what your side work is. You get it done. If it's not done, all of the responsibility falls onto you. And then there's hierarchies of who's in charge when I'm not around.
Okay.
So, you know, our pizza guy in the back, when I'm not around, he's in charge of the back. Front, he's in charge of the front of the house.
But everyone knows what they need to be doing.
Everybody knows what they got to do, and I'm not really telling them anything. You know, I come in sometimes and I'll be like, hey, do this differently, or, you know, things to help them
But
out.
you're not like a TV chef in here.
Oh no, I'm not
throwing pots and pans.
Oh no,
coming in hot.
But yeah, I remember I worked at a pizzeria. It's very popular, so I don't want to say anything. But the owner would come in sometimes and he would look at the pizzas. Pizzas would be in the window. There'd be a lot of them looking nice. And he'd come in, look at them. And if they're not thick enough or this enough or that enough, or even if they are perfect, and I felt like some of them were perfect, still come up to them and be like, no, this is bad. And he'll throw it away. He'll walk in front of customers and just take it out the window and just throw it away. So no. It's like,
you think that's just posture though, like just for show?
100%.
Just so somebody can talk about that and say, oh, he cares so much, he wouldn't even let it
100% ego.
1 millimeter off.
Yeah, the 100% ego there. Because there's other ways of doing that, because that's disrespectful. Like,
yeah,
you know, maybe to some people, the outside perspective is like, wow, look how much he cares. To the chefs that are there, that are professionals, that know what they're doing, that you hired because they know what they're doing, like that kind of seems like a little overkill, especially because you can just be like, you could take the pie out nicely. Don't let anybody see a seam, put it to the side and say, hey, chef, that one, it's not great. You want to take it home with you. You want to give it to your family. You want to do something. You grab it and you throw it away and you
sounds like content.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I always say, like, we spend more time with the people that we work with than we do with the customers. So like, as a leader, I care about you. I care about the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no reason for me to go do, and it doesn't matter who that was, but like, there ain't no reason to do that show for the customers.
Yeah.
Because what it does to the team is gonna hurt you way worse in the long run.
It's that morale.
Yeah, like, because your team has to serve the people, right? So leader serves team serves the people, mm-hmm. and customers, they reward you with the money, but they only here for a few minutes.
Yeah.
We in here, you know, your team, they're in here 10, 12 hours a day. You gotta take care of them, right?
Yeah. It's a grueling job, and it is every day, like a 10-hour day, every single day. And it's everything. Like my front of the house guy, he's in charge of everything front of the house. The tables are dirty. You got to sweep. You got to get people slices. Like, it's a lot of responsibility. But again, in exchange, I'm going to pay well, and I'm going to take care of you and make sure, you know, everything is everything with you.
How much of that did you start with versus where you are today? Like, did you have to develop that system and that accountability over time, or was that something that you learned and brought into, starting this?
It's definitely something that I learned over time in the culinary field, like just in general, the dynamics of teamwork. Like culinary field, you gotta have strong teamwork. And it's funny too, because they talk a lot about people like sabotaging each other,
Yeah.
because they're trying to get
Trying
ahead
to
in the
move up.
culinary. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does happen. But like it's funny that that happens because at the end of the day, teamwork is ingrained in the field. Like you cannot succeed without the team. Uh, so learning all that did teach me over here, like, hey, I need a strong team.
Yeah.
I rather have a strong team that I never change rather than again, just like, oh yeah, you're working today. No, okay, Friday, you're working half a day. Like, no, we're here all day, every day together. We're in the trenches together. We're making money together. We're
Yeah.
successful together or we fail together. It's like a
The,
whole team
the
aspect.
squad.
Yes, exactly. And again, that's something that I really learned in culinary field in New York, uh, but also specifically in the pizza in New York because the way that pizza works when it comes to having your employees is it's a little bit different because of how specialized you have to have your talent to be.
Yeah.
So if you have a strong pizza man that you can rely on, most likely that's going to be your anchor pizza guy. At least how it goes in New York. This is going to be your anchor pizza guy. This is the guy that's there most of the days, definitely the busiest days, and he's there the most hours.
Yeah.
He's the core guy making almost all the pizza. Then you hire people around him. If he can't work 6 days a week, then you hire somebody for those 2 days, or you just hire around them and you show up yourself
Build
whenever.
pieces around having that anchor guy.
Exactly, because that anchor is so important. As soon as your anchor doesn't show up, it's like, okay, who's making pizzas?
Yeah.
Because not anybody can make pizzas. So who's doing this? So again, that's why here, we have a strong anchor, we have a strong team,
Yeah.
and I make it worth it for them. They want to come to work every day. They leave work every day feeling like, you know what?
How do you manage the prep?
Prep?
Yeah, you do the prep, or you got?
No, we do prep basically a little bit every day.
Okay.
My menu is super streamlined, so a lot of what we do is either cross-utilized or is pretty simple to batch cook. So like say our vodka sauce, we make a big ass batch of marinara. We already need marinara for one pizza or a few pizzas.
Yeah.
So take half of that. Boom, we already got prep for that done. And then we do our vodka sauce from that other marinara.
Okay.
And that's another batch right there.
So you make it easy.
Yes. Very streamlined, very easy. A lot of batch cooking of ingredients. So say mushrooms, we'll cook mushrooms twice a week so they're fresh as possible.
Yeah.
Um, Cook them all off, take them out, and there we have our mushrooms for the next 2 days. They'll come out exactly how we like. I'm able to do all that, like streamline all that stuff,
Yeah.
simply because of just again that culinary experience in New York. I think it's different when you have like a depth of culinary experience from somewhere like a New York or Chicago or California where
They're doing volume.
it's just volume.
Yeah.
And every day you're thinking about how can I do my job more efficiently?
Yeah.
I want to say easier. I want to say better, more efficiently. How can I do my job in a way that serves more people, but is still like top of the line, triple?
Highest quality, still fast, doesn't burn you out.
It's just something that like on a daily basis as a line cook, everybody in the culinary industry is thinking about that every day on a daily basis. And if you care to grow as a chef or whatever it is that you're trying to do, that's what you're thinking about. So it was just very easy for me to take that and put it here. I'm very good at creating systems. Like with all of that in mind,
Yeah.
I'm very good at creating systems. Like, hey, pizza lines here, ovens here, expos here. We're gonna do this, this, and this. About how to create a burger line, it's this here, this here. This. Like I'm very good with taking all of the knowledge of how things have to be executed,
Yeah.
and putting them in a system that works in real world.
how do you then go and teach that to the folks that have to execute it?
Mainly practice.
Yeah.
You know, I try, so when I'm coming up with these systems, I try to make them simple as possible. Again, it's all about efficiency. So realistically, it shouldn't be something that's too hard to teach somebody. But it's all about practice.
Yeah. Well, I ask because, I see it a lot, in owners groups and forums and, all these, different chats that I can't find good people, can't train people. I can't get people to stay. It sounds like you kind of figured out a lot of those things.
Yeah.
To an extent, right?
Yeah, I would say to an extent, but I would say it's more so, again, because of the high volume New York training, it's like the trial and error has already been done, either not by me or by me. So like if I'm a manager, I've been manager and executive chefs are executive chef in some places in New York. So I have that experience myself there already, so I can take it here. And then besides that, sorry, what was it?
We're just talking about just how you solve all those things. But where I was going was you pay good.
Yeah.
You make shit simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You work shoulder to shoulder with them. Like you're in there with them.
Yeah.
And to me, those are the reasons that people stay. Like people, they want to rock with you. They want to stay with you because y'all are doing it together. Like you said here, like we're making money together. Like we're going to win together.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret sauce in all of it.
For sure.
I think owners I don't know, for the most part, or not for the most part, but for lack of better words, they see this as, I can hire somebody and then I don't have to do it no more. Or I'm going to build a team and then I don't have to work in this pizzeria anymore. It's an investment.
Yeah.
How's that? What's your take on a pizza business as an investment in general?
It's not worth it. As just an investment. You have to love this thing. You have to be very passionate about this thing. Or you have to have a very good opportunity to franchise or something like that and just wash your hands of it and let it make its own money. But at that point, again, you're not really in love with the thing because you just gave it away and wash your hands with it. And who knows about the quality across the board there now.
Yeah.
If you're going to wake up every day in the morning and make dough, make eggs, whatever, as a worker, but also as an owner, like across the board, you gotta love this thing to some degree. Otherwise, it won't work. You can't be an owner that just shows up and it's just like, hey, y'all making me money over here. That's not how
You're not gonna make any money like that.
Yeah, it's
and no one's gonna respect that, and they're not gonna work for you.
Exactly. Nobody wants to have that boss that comes in and who's like, yeah, I only ever see the boss like once a month. And every time he shows up, he's yelling and complaining about this and that. Meanwhile, we're the ones working hard and you don't even show your face unless it's to complain. Like nobody wants to deal with that. I can't be an owner that does that. I'm an owner that if something's going on back there, I'm jumping in. I'm not even saying anything. It's to the point where my employees here now, as soon as I walk in, they're like, okay, chef's here to help us. Like, they know I'm not here to yell. I'm not here to anything. I'm here to work.
Yeah.
So.
Heard that. What, do you feel like, well, obviously it sounds like you feel like that experience in, all these different roles in the culinary field really led you to the point where you were ready to be an owner. Cause that's a scary thing too. Like, there's a huge jump from line cook, executive chef to owner, mentally.
Yeah.
How did you figure out like, all right, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to jump out on my own.
So before my house burned down in New York, which is the reason why I moved, I was starting my own little out my house. I had a little uni and I was just getting ready because I was always going to do this no matter what.
Okay.
And then my house burned down and I had to move around. So before I came to for a little bit, and he works for the Department of Defense. He's Iraq veteran. So he really just loves pizza, and he was just like, he sees what I was doing. So he's just like, hey, let's do a pizza business together. And I'm just like, I don't know. But eventually he talked me into it, and we did a pizza business together, and it worked out really well. It was Warriors.pizza.
Were y'all doing like pop-ups,
Doing pop-ups.
caterings?
Yep. All that stuff, food festivals, um, going really well. Winter hits. And obviously in Pennsylvania, that's it. Yeah. It's not like Florida. You got to pop up here. You're probably going all year round.
Yeah.
So winter hits, I got to look for somewhere else to stay because they broke the lease.
Okay.
That's when I came down at Lakeland, and I left the business with my brother, and he's still running it to this day. And I taught him all about pizza. So, and then also he loved it so much, he took it upon himself to learn himself. So he also went out his way to learn from other people, and he's doing good. I'm watching him, and he's doing a really good job. I'm very proud of him that he was able to take the business and keep it going without me.
That's like full circle. This is the same brother that was friends with the chef that inspired you to do your thing.
Yeah.
Then you come back, teach your brother pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's like complete full circle.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty dope.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go forward. You left Pennsylvania, winter came, lived the situation, you decided to move down here. And, but did you come here thinking that you were going to come do pizza down here too?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew I was going to do something. I didn't really focus in on pizza. Again, culinary, I'm wanting to do whatever. But when I came down here, again, with my experience as an owner for the first time in Pennsylvania, I learned a lot. So I was like, you know what? I can do something down here.
Okay.
Especially after I found out, like, hey, we'll pay you like $17 an hour. I'm just like, what? To run your whole business and work 6 days a week. You're going to pay me $17 an hour.
You're the manager.
Yeah. So that's when it's like, okay, I have to start my own thing or change careers.
Okay.
So, when I came down here with all that experience, I decided, I'm going to start my own thing. But there is a big difference between like, even executive chef, like depending on where you're executive chef and how much the owner gives you as far as responsibility, even as an executive chef, you probably aren't dealing with owner level issues and owner level things. Yeah. So, executive chef is still operations management to a degree, mm-hmm. right? You're dealing with staff, you're dealing with...
You're not managing P&L.
Yes.
Bank account.
Executive chef, you're managing your part of... Exactly. So that's your food cost over there, and your if you're doing beverage costs over there, all that. But you're not renewing licenses. You're not talking to the city because you have to put up a new sign and it's, you have to get it approved.
Yeah.
Tax licenses, all of these things. That's not something that an executive chef, usually deals with. Again, you could, depending on what the owner wants you to do. Hey, you need to do
some
everything.
Owners have their chefs doing it all.
Yeah. But mainly it's, operational stuff. So there was definitely a learning curve when it came to being an owner. But when it came to being an owner, even just the taxes, that's oh man, there's so much going on.
Would you say that was probably the most significant thing you had to learn, was just the financial side of it, the taxes, the admin?
I wouldn't even say there was one thing specifically. I would just say like everything, like just encompasses it, everything. The taxes, because, okay, taxes seem simple. Okay, you're going to do these taxes. Okay, cool. You got to figure it out yourself. They don't just tell you. Then you figure, okay, well, all I have to do is look at my POS system and then figure out from there. Well, not everything in the POS system gets taxed the same. Yeah. Some things are this. If you put a discount, now you're looking at something else. So you got to go through all these things, and it's so much,
If you get it wrong, they'll let you know.
Exactly. They'll let you know like months down the line, hey, you did something wrong about a year ago, and now we're really angry about it.
Yep.
It's like, oh man. So, again, there's just so much to deal with. There's electricity going out. They're doing something with the electricity. There's a hurricane now. There's no power. But with the water line, there's a busted water line somewhere, so we don't have water for the day. There's just always something going on as an owner where it's like, no, even if I tried to prepare, I don't think anything could prepare you for just how much nonsense you deal with on a daily basis. Like, oh, really?
Well,
Today?
I think after a while, because it seems so normal that it's not even something that, like as a pizza guy, I would tell you, go make pizza for somebody
Yeah.
for a year. You know what I mean? If you want to get good at making pizza, go work in a pizza shop, go make pizza, go learn how to manage, go work with a team. You can't really go be an owner you can't practice that.
Yeah.
You can't practice just dealing with the curveballs that are going to come at you, you know, day to day.
I agree.
But you can't make up for it either, because it's actually, it becomes fulfilling too when you solve things and you fix stuff. I get a lot of pride out of just being able to fix things that I couldn't fix before. Like, I just saved us $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Like, I'm not handy, but when I do something, I'm like so damn proud at that.
Yeah.
There's always, because you know, something's always broken, somebody ain't showing up, something's expensive, everything's expensive.
Everything is unfortunately expensive. And that's kind of how I come to, one of the core, I don't know, how I would say it, but like a core pillar of like our brand here, which is again, premium ingredients,
Yes.
everything, the highest quality, because even the lowest quality is going to be expensive these days.
Everything's expensive.
And why would you want to pay expensive prices for low quality stuff? No, most people, they don't mind paying the extra money as long as you're going to get something that's worth it.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing that a big, what is it? A business psychology type of thing that we focus on here is, what are the customers thinking? Customers are not going to McDonald's like that anymore. Your average person, they're not going to McDonald's like that anymore, because your two meals are now like $30. What?
Like, I might as well get something good.
Exactly.
I might as well get something good.
Chef, and get a high quality premium pizza.
Yeah.
That's not going to make me feel like crap, because we use the best ingredients here. We're not going to give something that's going to, affect your health or anything. We don't use the bleached, bromated flour or anything like that. We only use the best ingredients. So yeah, we acknowledge that everything is pricey. You're probably going to pay, a little bit more here than you would at your average pizzeria.
Yeah.
But in return, we're going to give you something. The quality is just going to be low.
I think it's apparent from the moment you walk in the door. Like, corners weren't cut here.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't cut no corners. Like, this is the aesthetic is beautiful. I mean, the patio is beautiful. Like, you come in, you know that you're getting a quality experience. And, I was fortunate enough to see I was here a little bit early, so I saw them kind of load the whole case up and do the whole deal.
Yeah.
Everyone cares about what they do here. That's apparent. So
For sure.
what you built is not just a premium product, but a premium experience.
Yeah.
And that's dope.
You say experience, because that's a verb that I like to use here when I talk to our staff, or even the customers. When we talk about our menu, I tell them we don't do a build your own or a customizable here. Everything on our menu is crafted to be an experience. If it's the mushroom pizza, all these components are tried and tested to be an experience. When you eat it, you should feel these things on your tongue. Like, it's an experience. And even when we first started, I am going to get back to this, but we haven't been able to do this. But when we first started, like our OG or anything that gets basil parmesan, the pie would come up naked, and then we would finish it up in the front. So people would see us ripping the basil, boom, they would smell the basil in the air in the front, and they would see us doing the parmesan.
Plays into
and it would be right there. And it just, it builds that idea again of, wow, this is such an experience. Look at them doing that. Look at, now we do that in the back. It was for efficiency purposes.
Yeah.
Again, we just got to get it done because we're selling so much. But as we grow and as I get more staff and figure out more systems, that's something that's
an element you want to bring back.
Yeah.
What's your menu's crazy too? Like, what's your favorite to make and what's your favorite to eat?
So my favorite to make, I really like to make the buffalo chicken or the OG. The OG is just like a classic margarita, so I always just love putting that together because it always comes out beautiful. and then the buffalo chicken. I always like putting that one together because, again, that one just always comes out looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like when I'm putting the toppings on, that I'm just like, with all the chicken and everything, I feel like it's so heavy that it's gonna deflate the crust. But usually, like it doesn't happen. I'm always surprised when
When
I'm
it
just like,
doesn't.
wow, it just comes out so beautiful every time. I'm just like, wow, I'm kind of nice. That's one of those, yeah, I might be kind of nice
Oh, kind
here.
of nice. Look, I make pizza. We have a pizzeria. I'm 99.5% sure you are my wife's favorite pizza maker right now. This
Oh,
is her
nice,
favorite spot because
nice. I
she's
appreciate
like,
that.
"Are you gonna get some pizza when you go?" I'm like, "It's like 9 in the morning. They're closed today."
It's never too early for
But
pizza.
she loves what you're doing. She
Nice.
loves it. I'm telling you, we came and sat right there and just smash some slices. It took more
Nice.
home. So
It makes me feel great.
you're doing a great thing. What advice would you give to somebody? Because you came through, we didn't really touch on it, but you came through the Catapult incubator program, which a lot of folks really don't see that happen too much in the restaurant space, right? Or was it specifically for restaurant operators?
So, Catapult has a few different, like, I don't know what it would be called, but a few different like departments, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a co-work space,
Yeah,
and they have a lot of different,
exactly.
styles of co-work um, opportunities there.
Yeah. So I know they have like a maker space where they do a metal shop and everything. And then they have the kitchen space, obviously.
Yeah,
So when I first got here, I worked at the joinery at a pizza place. Uh,
it's right next door, right?
yes, yes.
Right next door
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
So when I worked there at the pizza place, there was another worker. He worked for the barbecue spot there. And obviously I'm making pizzas all day, every day, my own pizzas at that place there, just because I got to stay consistent.
Yeah.
So I'm making my own pizzas and I give it to people to try. They're like, holy shit, and the pizza's great. He tries them and he's just like, this is amazing. Do you do your own business, whatever? I'm just like, yeah, I do. He's like, you got to check out Catapult. And he just would not stop. He would not let it go until I checked it out. And he still owns Pinoy Cravings. He's T-Law right now. All right, T-Law in Depot 303.
Okay.
And he is such a great guy. His name is June, owner of Pinoy Craving. He talked me into going to Catapult and just meeting with them because I was going to do a food truck, like I said at that point.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I was going to make it happen. But so when he told me I got Catapult, he would really talk me into it. So I was like, all right, I'll go meet with them and we'll see what it's about. I met, saw what it's about. They told me you got to do this, this, and this. So it's basically like a Shark Tank interview. You have to show up with your product, a business plan, your food costs, and how you would, do your business and everything and present it to them. So I did that, presented it to them. They loved it. I got into Catapult. And from there, Catapult, they give you the resources that you need to get your licensing. So once I got into Catapult, getting the licensing was super easy. At that point, all I had to do was buy the equipment. So
Yeah.
I bought an oven on wheels, fridge on wheels, canopy setup, all that. And we got into Lone Palm Golf Course. And either Wednesday or Thursday I was there. And we started off with a real solid customer core in Lakeland because of that. I was there every week, like I said, and Catapult really put us on there. And then again, once it came time to find this location here, Alex, who was the landlord, he like I said, reached out to me for the pizza, but reached out through Catapult. He specifically approached Catapult and said, hey, I have a space. I'm looking for a restaurant. Who you got in there?
Created an opportunity.
Yep.
I love that.
So Catapult is also the reason that we're in here because who knows if the landlord would have heard about us if I wasn't in Catapult.
Were you, I mean, at that point, as you built your mobile business, were you thinking about brick and mortar then?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So for Catapult, their goal is to catapult you into being a launch member in your own brick and mortar or whatever it is you want to do. So the goal was always to get into a brick and mortar if I was going to be part of Catapult.
Okay.
Again, I was going to do the food truck thing. So I had to make a decision. If I do the food truck thing, it's the food truck thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get into a brick and mortar, but that's like a 2-year path. Catapult was, okay, I can minimally invest in a mobile operation canopy setup. Doesn't have to be a food truck. And then from there, get into a brick and mortar, hopefully within a year.
Okay.
And luckily, we opened in April, I want to say, is when I started doing events and stuff like that. So and it's not like we were doing it every week either. I got lucky at a point, and I was there at Lone Palm every Thursday, but that was just a few months. For majority of the time, the business was like once a month I'm vending, or twice a month I'm vending. And from April to August is when that was happening. September is when I landed this spot.
Wow.
So I was only really open 6 months doing that.
Timing, it was destined.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I would also say, because again, just my experience.
Yeah.
I had a brand in mind. I know what my brand wants to be. I know what I'm trying to make it. I know the psychology behind my brand.
So it wasn't that Catapult. I mean, they had resources that could help you do those things, but you came ready.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they gave you this opportunity and took you from I'm a home chef to no, you were ready for business.
Yeah, I do think that I'm the rarity there in Catapult. Because most people are, like, hey,
I got an idea.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what Catapult is for. Like, hey, I make great cheesecakes.
Yeah.
I want to do a cheesecake business. Catapult is a place for you to figure that out and everything.
They have kitchens. You can try different equipment. Exactly. You can learn. You didn't need that.
Exactly.
But it became a path for you.
Yes, it became a path. And I think, a mutually beneficial, type of thing there, because again, I only needed so much from them.
Yeah.
They only really needed so much from me. So it worked out.
It worked for both.
I got launched really fast in a great location here. And on their end, I get to say, and this is what I say every time, is Catapult helped give me the resources to get started. Without Catapult, I would not be here in this location.
There you go.
Now, again, that's not to say that I wouldn't have my own food truck or something else, but everything here is because Catapult. I'm a really humble person. I don't do anything by myself. It takes a lot. I believe it takes a village. I'm only in this location right here because, my great resume, my great work, everything that I learned in New York, but also because my father, he invested in me, and also because Catapult invested in me. Because without Catapult, I would not have gotten this spot here.
I think it goes back to something you said earlier. I asked you what you love to cook, the most when you were in culinary school, and you said the baking courses and the baking things. Like, I think that's the baker's mentality, where you have to be prepared. Like, you can't just wing it.
Yeah.
When you're baking, right?
No.
You can't just walk in cold and pop something out.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes or 30 minutes. There has to be time. There has to be preparation. It forces you to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
And then things can happen really fast.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds like you put in a lot of work to get you to the point where you were ready to be launched at whatever scale or whatever speed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you plan to do next? And not that there has to be a next, right? Like, you got a lot going on. I don't want to, say, oh man, you should open, like, whatever. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what's the future look like for you?
So I have my future with By the Chef and my future outside of By the Chef. My future with By the Chef involves another location, hopefully in like a Tampa, Orlando, Miami.
Okay.
Somewhere really high volume, very popping area. And then also across the country. I want like a By the Chef in every state. That's my goal with By the Chef Pizza.
Okay.
And then obviously, like I said before, my end goal is New York, like with By the Chef Pizza. I need to By the Chef Pizza in New York. That's where I'm from. That's what I do. So, I got to make it back home.
Yeah, you got to go. You want to go back? All this, listen, you want to leave Florida?
I want to share this with everybody else.
Okay.
I want to share this with everybody else.
They deserve that, but
yep. Florida just got the sneak peek.
Look at the palm trees. It just rained. It's still 80, 90 degrees.
Honestly, I'm not like a heat person. Like, if someone was to say, like, what is it about Florida that's like, your least favorite thing? I would honestly say I'm not a weather type of person where like I like it hot. even like in New York, I wasn't messing with the winter in New York.
Yeah.
Because it didn't even really snow like that. Pennsylvania in winter, that is my spot. I love the freezing cold. I love the snow. I love the scenery. I'm like a winter bird. I love that.
Okay. All right. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
So not like city north, but
yeah.
country north.
Yes. Oh,
country north. Okay.
I usually tell people, because again, being from New York, a lot of people are like, oh, you're a city boy. Again, Pennsylvania, I spent a lot of time out there. I would say I'm like a mix between city boy and mountain man. That's me right there. I love the mountains.
Heard that. What advice would you give someone who was trying to figure this out? Like, if someone's watching this and thinking like, if I want to be like Chef Peter, if I want to open up a business, I want to be high volume, I want to build a team, I want to do all the things that I love and make it successful, how would you tell them to start?
Honestly, I'd say start by getting a job as a pizza man somewhere. If it's specifically pizza, get a job as a pizza man somewhere. Right. Because really, I believe the reason for my success is because, again, at my core, I'm a working man.
Yeah.
I am a working man. I'm not an owner first. I wouldn't even say like I'm a chef first or anything. Like, I'm a worker. I'm a soldier. I'm a worker. I get to work and I'm going to make it happen. I'll be in here 12 hours, even if it wasn't my own business. Even if it wasn't my own business, I'm in there like 12 hours doing work. That's another reason of like how June from Pinoy Cravings, recognized, is because when I was over there, even when I'm not making my own pizzas, I'm best pizza. I'm trying to make sure these all come out beautiful. It's not my place. I'm just a worker, but it doesn't matter. This is what I do. I take pride. I gotta be the best at it no matter where I'm working. So I would definitely say somebody needs to get into the trenches so they can understand what it means to work as a pizza man. So that way they can execute being again. You can be the owner where it's like, I don't know anything about pizza, but I'm going to hire for pizza and just spend money.
That guy don't show up.
Exactly. You can only throw money at problems for so long. At some point, I believe you yourself have to become the problem solver. Can't just pay people to solve problems for you.
Or you might be the problem.
Yeah.
You could be the problem.
Could be the problem. But I did want to say also, so for By the Chef, that's the future. I do have something else besides By the Chef that I'm planning. So I have different concepts. I have a Latin rice bowl concept. So honestly, think Chipotle, but like more Latin, authentic Latin flavors and ingredients.
Okay.
Still with the core psychology that I have here, because again, I believe this psychology that I have from By the Chef is really the winning recipe, which is premium ingredients, trendy foods, and chef driven. So people want to know that there's an expert making their food. People want to know. This is the thing I saw on Instagram the other day. This is popping. So I'm taking that psychology and putting it into other things. So the Latin rice bowl thing I'm trying to do, and then also I've noticed specifically these food halls are like really around here.
Right down the road, right?
Yeah.
As they say, like, the guy, was it June?
Yeah, June.
He's down one down.
Yeah, he owns Tila at Mulberry Depot 303.
Yeah.
Then there's joinery over there. I know there's Armature Works
in Tampa.
And then there's Bowen Yard in Winter Haven. So I know I just seen all these food halls, and I'm just thinking like some people would think, oh no, look at all these food halls. We shouldn't do one. I see all the food halls, and my think with like New Yorker mentality.
Have every concept.
I gotta do that too, because I'm gonna do it differently, and I'm gonna do it in a way that speaks to customers. So I really am trying to push for a food hall concept where, again, taking the same business psychology, our food hall concept will be concentrated on unique, trendy, premium food, and even curated menus. So like instead of just, hey, you want to be in the food hall? You want to be in the food hall? People in the food hall, and then it's like Everybody present your menus. We're all going to review the menus together. Oh, you got this on your menu? We're not that type of food hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make some alter. You can do whatever alterations you want. I'm not in charge of making your menu, but I'm gonna tell you like, hey, because of the type of place we're trying to create, we can't just do corn dogs here, sir.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You like the idea of corn dogs? You really want to do corn dogs? Cool. We're gonna make it trendy, chef, premium. Do Korean corn dogs. The corn dogs that you see wrapped in the cheese, and then they wrap in a bunch of stuff, and it's like
It sounds like you put yourself in a position to even act as a mentor to folks who are developing concepts or coming up with trendy, ideas. Because a lot of folks are doing, I mean, like we see content. A lot of folks are doing cool shit.
Yeah.
And they don't have an avenue to get it out there.
Yes. And that's something big that I notice in like Catapult is I love the ideas in Catapult. I feel like everybody has some great stuff to offer there in Catapult. It's about the execution in a commercial setting.
Yeah.
That's when, it starts to get a little like, you never ran a restaurant or worked in a restaurant. So how do you put together a restaurant?
Yeah.
Now, again, that's not to say that they shouldn't or anything, but there's obviously, a learning curve stuff that has to be learned there. I would love to be a mentor for that. I would.
You're right, though. There's a difference between something that you can take all day to make perfect or versus something that has to be perfect in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Have somebody pay for.
Exactly. Exactly.
And people need that coach and they need that mentor.
Yeah. Yeah. To help set up systems or even food costs,
Yeah.
Like if you do, again, you're great cheesecakes and you have a small business doing cheesecakes, but you don't know how much it costs to make a cheesecake and you don't know how much your profit margin is. You don't know how much your overhead is. You don't know how much, your percentage of taxes are going. So, like I would love to be a mentor and do that for people if they need it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I do, the culinary industry. I just love it so much. I have consulted to businesses in New York, specifically pizza businesses. Some people are like, yeah, can you create a dough recipe for me?
Yeah.
So I'll create a dough recipe for them. But I would like to do more than that. I don't want to just, do stuff for people. I want to help people execute their dream.
Yeah.
Like, do you make cheesecakes? I agree with you. I love your cheesecakes. Amazing cheesecakes. Let me help you make 20 of at a time.
Yeah.
At half the speed so you could sell more.
Let's go from hobby to business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or even you have some great cheesecakes ideas, but like there's 5 other cheesecake places in here in the city. Now that's not to say you can't do it, but me as your mentor now at this point, hey, what I'm going to say is you need to do something to differentiate yourself. So again, that example, don't do corn dogs. Do Korean corn dogs. Yeah. Don't do cheesecakes. Do a New York cheesecake or like I don't know, create your own new style of cheesecake that's a fusion between a traditional cheesecake and a New York cheesecake, and then I don't know, make it pistachio yogurt.
Something.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
Make it good, be different, be unique.
Exactly.
And you'll have a chance. We were talking earlier too. We brought out the sweet tea.
Yes, sir.
You said this is one of a buddy of yours, like somebody that you work with. Is somebody in it? Was that you? Did you hear something?
Definitely heard something.
Go ahead.
Always something going on. You know what? I think that's my oven.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's getting hot enough where it's expanding. Yeah.
And you said you got the BPs back there? The Baker's Pride?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I like to work, again, we do premium stuff here. Like my whole thing with the branding is we do premium ingredients, premium pizza. So I wanted to have like a premium type of drink here, but also keep it local.
Yeah.
Again, I'm all about the community. So one day I tried this. A friend of mine told me, hey, have you tried these teas? You should try it. So I tried it and I was like, gotta have this in the shop. So I reached out to the owner, Vinny, and He came by with some more samples. I tried them and I was like, yeah, we got to get you in the shop.
I love that.
So we got him in here. He brews these true Southern sweet teas. So again, like they're true Southern sweet teas. So they are very sweet, traditional. But
That's
the
the
thing
disclaimer.
but the thing that makes them like unique is, again, that's another great example. You can sell teas, you can sell something unique. So these are traditional sweet teas, but he mixes them with fruit juices. So this is the strawberry pineapple.
Okay.
The strawberry pineapple comes together with the tea and it makes just such an awesome flavor.
Yeah.
Then he has another one, mango cranberry. That's the other flavor he does. And again, it just makes such a good flavor when it comes all together. He's in the farmer's market. Again, he's blowing up so much that he is now working on getting this mainstreamed. So hopefully in a few months we can see that, 7-Elevens, Walmarts, everywhere.
And he's here out of Lakeland too?
He's out of Lakeland. Yep. He's a Lakelander. He got started, I believe, in the farmer's market down here. And then now he's in the Winter Haven farmer's market, I believe. But you'll see his teas around the city in different places here.
GrannyMacBeverages.com. It's Dunks. Strawberry pineapple. Check that out.
It's Granny Mac Beverage Company. It's so fire. Honestly, I do get a lot of customers that they're just like, yeah, I came here because I gotta have my pizza with my tea. Or yeah, it goes hard.
Look, and people here in the South take their tea very serious.
Yeah. I've noticed. That's definitely something that I learned while I was here.
I've had people who will leave because we don't sell sweet tea.
Oh wow.
Like, oh, you don't have sweet. Oh, well, I guess we'll go somewhere else. Which is wild, but people take it serious.
Take it serious.
Man, this is fun. Chef Peter, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Love your story.
Appreciate it.
We'll love to just follow up and do it again whenever you're ready. But
sure,
you're gonna see a lot of me. Don't worry about no cameras, no lights, maybe kids. But we'll be coming here because I don't live too far.
We'll be slapped with pizza. We got you, man.
Yeah. Can we make some pizza?
Well, yeah, for sure. Let's make a pizza.
All right.
But real quick, I just want to follow us at By the Chef Pizza on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Check out our website, www.bythechef.pizza. We're located at 1212 South Florida Avenue, Lakeland, Florida.